Boys, so do you feel like you don't get what intuition is, or like how to find it, or why do other people have it and you don't? You just disconnect with the word. That was me, and now I'm a psychic. Among other things, I don't like using that phrase, and that's a part of why I want to make this video. Because the word intuition, it gets thrown around, and when I was only 10 years ago, I literally would say the words, I don't have intuition. I don't get it. I don't know what it feels like. I don't know how other people have it. I don't know what it means. So today I'm going to try and demystify that for you if you are me back then. Here's the biggest thing about the whole thing. Intuition isn't something that you have to gain or learn. It's something that is revealed as you strip away things that were limiting your realization that you already had it. All it is being able to feel your feelings without judging it. I think that's all it is, man. And everything that comes as an extension of that might look like psychic ability and magic and gifts, but all it really is being able to feel yourself. So here's an example. If you have an acquaintance or a friend in your life who every time you think about their head, you're just like, I don't really like them. Something annoys me about this person, and you can't put your finger on it, and everybody else likes them, and then you immediately judge yourself, or you shame yourself, or you talk yourself out of that feeling because you're like, well, they haven't done or said anything wrong. I can't pick up on what is wrong with them, and I shouldn't have a problem with them. So there's something wrong with the way I'm feeling. That's when you're overriding your intuition. And a lot of the time, it doesn't matter why that person is the wrong person for you to be around. You don't actually have to know that. All you have to do is respect that feeling, which can be a really hard thing to do. Maybe you have to see this person all the time, or maybe it would just make no sense or be awkward for you to cut off your connection to them. But this is one of the primary examples of where you can feel intuition at play. It's the easiest to locate your intuition when it's in reference to other people. So if you sit back and you go through the people in your life and you just think of their name and you feel what you feel towards them. Is it a warm pull? Do you feel like they nourish you and they give you something? Or do you feel like they subtly take something away? Are there times when you speak to them that you know you have to hold your tongue on certain topics, or you feel yourself contract when you're around them? It could also be that when you're around them, you feel like you have to pretend to be shy. Another great way to feel this interpersonally is when you have a crush on someone. If you feel like there's a deep connection with someone that has a sexual undertone, I know this is a pretty wild thing to say. Usually it is there. It's quite odd for you to imagine that, unless you're a real like crazy cunt. Most people are very self-conscious and hyper aware of themselves. If someone was giving you signs that they were into you, or that connection was there, I'm not telling you to pursue that person, not at all. There can be so many reasons why a person ghosts you or rejects you or turns you away, and they are usually all for your benefit. All of them are for your benefit. This isn't about trying to connect with people who resist. If someone ghosts you, and you had a really decent time with them and you felt like the connection was alive and the spark was there, that's a really good area to just investigate your intuition on something and to ask yourself maybe why that person might have pulled away, instead of going at that from the lens of all the things you did wrong and the problems with your personality, right? Oh, I said the wrong thing. I was acting weird, I was too much for them. Try a different perspective that's like, oh, maybe they have certain unhealed qualities that I bring out in them that are not ready to be faced. Maybe for some reason they were taught to believe that connecting with a person like me and what I represent is some kind of taboo in their mind. Maybe the moments of connection revealed an aspect of themselves that is really beneficial, but they are just not at a time or place in their life where they can actually like hold that in their nervous system. Like it could be entirely positive for them, but it would make a whole lot of their limiting beliefs untrue in a moment. Like it's possible that you shattered someone's reality about their insufficiencies. This is just one way to frame it. And again, I'm not trying to make you into a crazy stalker, but can you feel the nuance of that? Like these moments of connection, they shouldn't be overridden by stories. And that's what I mean. That's intuition. Any moment where you sense unknowing about the connection between you and a thing, you and a desire, you and another person, these should all be valued for study. They should be recognized for what they are prior to pasting a story that limits those feelings. Any thoughts that say, I'm not allowed to think like this, I shouldn't be feeling this, other people don't do this, I'm going to get in trouble, this doesn't make sense, it goes against what I've already built. Any of those kinds of self-beliefs, they are the blockages to intuition. Another massive blockage is imagination and your relationship with your imagination. Again, this is going to sound wackadoo, but the intuition and the imagination go hand in hand. Basically, trusting your imagination, that was the way that I became psychic, or whatever you want to call it. Often in this world, we are taught to believe that the imagination is this tool that we should use to generate creativity, right? Like you need to write a 6-page narrative essay for your school exams. Use your imagination to come up with it, right? We use it instead of letting it reveal itself to us. The imagination is a constantly generative gift and kind of a living interface that your own personality works through in your noggin, and it will present you with symbols, images, memories, ideas, and sentiments that are designed to guide you to the next moment of your life. The imagination is not for children. It's the clue giver. It is the clue giver. If you begin to honor it and to listen to it, to ask it to show you, and you'll feel there's a difference between using it forcefully and allowing yourself to drop into the imaginal planes where if you just connect to your heart and you ask your heart to show you, how do I really feel about this person? How do I really feel about this job? Where do I want to be in my life? Maybe it will suggest ludicrous things to you, like what I was just saying about being ghosted. You know, your heart might tell you that person rejected you because they had feelings for you, and you need to sit there with that and genuinely listen and take that in before jumping to a conclusion about how ridiculous and insane your own imagination is. Your imagination might work in symbols and metaphors. It might come up with really silly cartoon childlike imagery or things that don't make any sense. And it's up to you to be the translator of those metaphors and images. For example, say you ask your imagination to reveal to you the truth of your connection with your workplace, and the imagination generates an image of a broken spoon, and you go, this has no correlation whatsoever. That's you cutting off your intuition. Instead, just witness the broken spoon, see if it transforms, see who's holding the spoon. Is the spoon cold? Does it want to be broken? Is it indicating a lack of nourishment? Who does the spoon belong to? Start to ask those questions and let the image unfold for you until you go, oh, this feeling correlates with the scenario. Once you've navigated the realms of interpersonal exchange, then you can get into slightly more esoteric things. I personally do not recommend connecting to spirit guides and aliens. I'm not going to talk about that today, but any place where you are putting your authority outside of yourself, you're just splitting yourself apart. Instead, it's better to interact with the whole world as if it's a big deck of tarot cards. So every little moment, every little synchronicity or symbol that you see, think of it less as communication from high above, but instead a reflection of your electronic field. Like, it's just your body extending itself into the environment for you to become more aware of stuff. So you can use things like tarot cards and oracle decks to help you with that, only if you don't put the authority or some weird external presence into the idea of these cards. Just think of them as you. So, for instance, my oracle deck that I painted, I keep it simple. Like, I just put one word on the card so that if you pull it, your imagination will then respond instinctively to what is being seen and what it means for you in that moment. This is how you train yourself to become psychic. Instead of referring to a guide and needing to hear what the guide has to tell you about your life, you tell yourself by feeling what you see in each moment. These cards are now $5, guys, because I have to get rid of them and I'm leaving this city. So if you want to work on your intuition in a safe and simple manner, you might enjoy interacting and engaging with my cards. The link is in the description below. Please buy one, buy 10, buy a million. I don't have that many, but I do have hundreds, and I need to get rid of as many as I can into the beautiful hands of people like you, because I'm leaving this country. That's all for today. So learn how to trust yourself, trust your imagination, trust your emotions, and don't override them with judgments. That's my advice on how to learn what it feels like to be you. And that's what intuition is for me. So bye.